Hello and welcome back to the Metropole Grid. My name is Andrej.
And I'm Patrick.
And thanks so much for tuning in. This is game 2 of the Ottawa Regional Finals. Going the distance. This is it.
Yeah, Dien has crawled his way up from the loser's bracket. Yeah. Consolation bracket, I think we call it now.
I've been saying Redeemers.
Oh, Redemption
bracket. I like that one. Yeah. This is Ottawa Regionals. The 9th of July at Kessel Run Games. The first regional Ottawa has ever had.
But they have such strong players.
Exactly. They have all these really good players that are always bouncing between Montreal and Toronto. And sometimes, I think a lot of these guys actually ended up going to Rochester.
Yep.
Maybe they go to Vermont. I don't know. We went to Vermont. It was fun. So they finally have their own regional scene there. I don't know how you get a regional. On the left, we have Alex, and Alex is a really good player. That playmat is coming from first in the Icebreaker tournament from Worlds last year.
That's a great playmat. I love that playmat.
There's very few of those in the world. And speaking of very few of those in the world, on the right, that is another Worlds. That's another playmat from that same weekend or week. This is Dien. Dien is from Toronto, and he was the top placed Canadian Netrunner player at Worlds of last year.
Cool.
This is going to be a really good game in Netrunner. On the left, Alex is playing Val.
Yeah.
In the top 8, we had 4 Val, 2 Wizard, but 4 Val.
4 Val.
In a time where we thought there would be a lot of asset spam.
Yeah.
And on the right, we have Pālanā. This is a rush Pālanā. We'll talk a bit more about what exactly that does. This is, most importantly, before Most Wanted List 2.0.
Yeah.
So this is old Netrunner with all the master scripts.
And it's everything up to Fear the Masters, nothing past that.
Totally big deal. So the one Pālanā card to worry about here is Voter Intimidation.
Yep. That's a great card. I really love Voter Intimidation.
Super cool. What an open gamble into your entire draw engine. That's exactly what you don't want to see when sitting across from a rush deck. Well, if you're the rush deck. Jackson on the table, drawing really hard. So I played against Dien in the top 8. I saw his corp deck a couple times before. I don't think we played. I didn't actually play against it. But it's a deck that's a rush deck, so it has upgrades, but it also has a lot of ice that's really taxing towards things like David and Faust, which were really common at the time. So he's running 2 Little Engine, he's running Ichi, he's running
Kamainu?
Probably. I don't know actually if he's running any sentries.
Oh, okay.
Oh, besides Ichi maybe.
Yeah.
So this deck is going to get its money and go fast, and look at it go with all those hedge funds, restructures. He is getting a credit per turn off of the dancing.
He's already at so much money.
Yeah.
It's a huge amount of money.
So that is pretty good. He has agendas in hand and a Caprice, so he might be off on his way. With all the Val we saw in the top 8, half of them were Valse Echo decks.
Oh, that's very clever.
Yeah.
It's very clever.
It's a Valencia deck with False Echo in it, and the idea is that you play Blackmail, you rip up all the ice, and with all your mediums and maybe keyholes, you access all of R&D in one turn.
Yeah.
Super strong deck, and obviously 2 of them did really, really well. But these 2 players were both playing Val, and they were playing more of a standard breaker Val that actually doesn't depend on Blackmail recursion.
Yeah.
It has 3 Blackmails, I think 1 same old thing, which is mostly for a Levy.
Yeah, that's right.
Levy became really interesting to play with Voter Intimidation out, so you kind of want to protect both your Levy and your same old thing. So things got interesting.
All right, Pup.
We're starting to run.
Classic taxing Jinteki ice. I love Pup.
Yeah, Aiki came out now. I don't know how to pronounce that word, which is more interesting to me. But with Val, that is only 1 credit with the bad pub. Fast track from hand, and that's going to show the kind of speed that we want here.
Yeah.
And there we go. That's such a good use of 1 influence.
Oh yeah, political operatives is powerful.
Super good. And I think Pālanā's only strategy, if ice doesn't get res on a remote, is, hey, finger guns, is to throw down a Caprice in a server and score.
Yeah.
If they blackmail it, you res the Caprice and hope you can win. But now with that councilman out,
that political operative has something on Caprice.
Yeah, a big thing on Caprice. I don't know if Dien's running Batty. Batty is not that good against Blackmail, considering there's no ice res.
Right.
But also a really good card because it can't be pull up, and you can pull and end the run.
That's right. You can res it and use it before Paul up gets a chance to fire.
With that Jackson popped, it looks like we were fast tracking for a Nisei. I think he does have 1 or 2 agendas in hand, one of them being a Philotic, which is a cool card.
I like that card. It's a good card.
Yeah, Never Advance is always really good with Jinteki. I think you're meant to reveal that card. I don't think Dien did, but that's not a big deal. It's a Nisei.
Yeah.
Medium on the table. 2 cards coming to hand. If that's a blackmail with a pull-up, I don't think that card's safe.
No, probably not. But Dien must know that.
Dean does know that, and sometimes it's good just to get, if he has another Caprice in hand, like maybe lose this agenda. This might actually not be the Nisei, it could be something else.
Sure.
And you just lose that so the blackmail or more importantly, the pull-up is used.
Yep.
And then you can continue to rush. That ice on R&D hopefully is good, considering medium could be the answer. Or it could be a threat, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I think laundry is on archives.
Okay.
You just want some credits
just
there.
get some cash.
Yeah, get some credits. And a
Okay.
full suite of breakers, and he's not even blackmailing.
Not even blackmail. He's going to get those ice rezzed.
I don't think he has a blackmail, and yeah, that's a big deal getting this ice rezzed. Running last click into an Ichi. That
Okay.
is always a surprise to see outside of purple,
Yeah,
but
that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards from Faust.
yeah, and so 4 cards out of Faust, which is his entire hand. The next card.
Next
Okay.
card can be anything.
The next card can be anything. You always want 1 credit at least, so you can pay to pull up the Nisei.
Yep.
The Caprice, if we're assuming that's a Caprice. And if the next card is something that can be broken by David, it's a problem. Another big problem is that this is last click, so no matter what, I think you need to deal with that Ichi trace. Otherwise, you'll probably lose your pull up and wildside,
Oof, yeah.
which can't be good. And with that 15 credits, I think you can spend your whole turn trashing.
Yep.
Oh man, this is interesting. Yeah, Ichi is kind of a big surprise. I think you were expecting something like maybe a Lotus Field.
Yeah.
Lotus Field, even Lotus Field into Swordsman could have been actually not that big of a deal considering there's a clone chip on the table.
Yep.
This is a hard break. I don't know what you do. Do you lose your rig? If you lose your rig,
No, you don't lose your rig.
I think the problem with losing your rig, because normally if you have a clone chip, it's fine if you lose your Faust, because you can go to the next piece of ice and pull it back.
Yep.
He could actually pull it back with the bad pub and then pay 2 credits.
Sure.
But at that point, he won't have money to trash.
Anything.
Well, yeah, the Caprice. Well,
Yeah.
you can't pull up the Caprice. His hand doesn't look that good. I think it is the Dirty Laundry, a Clot, a Faust, and then there's some other card hanging out in
He
there.
doesn't mind having a Faust in archives.
No.
In his heap.
I think it might be a better place to put it with
Did I
the
say
clone chip.
Faust or Clot?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
There's no fast events in this deck. One really cool thing that Dean has been doing in this deck is he's been playing that oh man, I don't remember the name of it, but that current from Jinteki that adds an extra agenda. Clones are not
Clones
people.
are not people.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Yeah, no, that's important. It's in quotes. And that card is really good with Philotic. I think it's really cool.
Yep.
It's
Well, I don't see how it helps Philotic.
because you can install advance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And turn Philotic into a 4/3 kind of.
So, oh man, so this is actually really hard. We don't know what to do.
Yeah. Oh man.
4 cards in hand. Do you break and hope? You obviously can res the next piece of ice. If that's something like a Komainu, that's not a problem. The next piece of ice. If
Oh,
it's
this
a
is
Cortex
rough.
lock, it's lethal.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you'd hope. If that's like a wraparound, you're fine. If that's a little engine, you're better than fine. Oh man.
And these guys kind of know each other's decks, right? Because they've been building their decks together.
I think they're even were boarding together for the weekend.
Okay.
That is in terms of like hitting a piece of ice at a really important time and having to think about what to do with it. This one is pretty big deal.
So he ran last click.
He did, and I think that's fine against Pālanā. Like I don't think you expect the Ichi.
Sure.
I don't know. I think you might have to throw all your hand and then just end the run.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
We also know for sure he has no blackmail in hand, and if he tosses his hand,
Right.
he's only going to draw 2 cards, and if one of those is blackmail, well, hey, there's a whole hand. And
Is he still going? Or is he, and
no,
he's
that's
okay,
end
he's
the
ending the run. Yeah, of course.
and we're going to score this.
Ooh. And now, because he's got that end the run,
Yeah, he
that
has a
blackmail
Nisei
is.
now.
Oh boy.
So now he needs 2 blackmails to charge the server, which is a pretty big deal. This rush is looking really good for the Pālanā there for Dean's side.
Yep.
2 cards back into hand. That's more credits coming in.
He's really lucky that Alex didn't have a blackmail. Like he must have. That was a gambit.
I don't even think it's that bad of a gambit. Like if he takes that, if a blackmail comes out, he
Yeah.
raises the Caprice. the single pull-up in the whole deck is gone. There's no deja vu, so the only way to pull a pull-up back for the rest of the game is to levy.
Sure.
So that's something you do want out early. Acts as a Caprice from HQ, which is going to be trashed for the 1 credit he has.
Yeah.
If he hit something like a Fetal, that would have been a problem. But I'm not sure if that's being run in there. Also, another cool thing is that Dien is running voter intimidation, and he has that in hand. So losing an agenda, especially when there's not a lot of credits,
it turns on voter intimidation.
yeah,
of course.
it's not the worst thing you could do.
Because voter intimidation, the runner needs to have scored an agenda for that to be active.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And then if you win a side game, that's a death of a pull-up, which probably would be used, or a death of a wild side.
Yeah.
I think there's another wild side into archives. So specifically for Val, who I don't know whether she's running Rebirth, specifically for Val with 50 card deck, if you have 2 wild side trashed, she's gonna be clicking for draw a lot.
Yeah, she is.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay.
Install double advance on top of what we're assuming is a Caprice.
Oh wow. This is some uphill battle for Alex right now.
That ice is still really hard to beat. He did draw the Levy into hand, but he does know he can just plant into that Ichi and then Deja Vu back his Faust if he needs it.
Sure.
Which is not too bad at all. Double advance is going to be assumingly a food. It might be a feature perfect, but that doesn't really matter because it's in a remote.
Yeah.
Remember, he could also just go on R&D.
I was thinking of that. He's already got the medium installed. There's only 1 piece of ice there.
I think the best card in his deck right now might just be Turntable.
Sure.
Because you want to pull that Nisei token.
Yeah, you want to just grab it when Dien isn't expecting to lose an agenda.
Yeah. He does have a Blackmail in hand. But you know with the Nisei token, you're going to have to Blackmail, you're probably going to spend a pull-up, and you're going to deal with an Ichi twice. That's problematic.
It's a difficult game.
This is a good rush. I don't think he's done anything so far this turn. Same old things on the table. So that's good for the Levy. That's also good for Blackmail. We are blackmailing.
Okay.
Let's see if he's blackmailing the server or R&D itself. It looks like it's the server. So that can be 4 cards for Ichi, or you can trace and loosen programs. Oh man, this Ichi's doing so much work.
This isn't just a game anymore.
No. I've always had problems with Ichi and Rush decks because its position matters so much.
It really does.
We don't know what ice is behind there, but if that's an end run, that is just a perfectly positioned piece of ice.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been trying to get Biroids into Wayland kill decks because I think clicking through things is so good.
I love that. Okay, he's just taking the
2 trashes. But it looks like we're going to lose the David and the Faust. That medium can stay.
So both the breakers are gone. What's the next ice going to be?
Actually, that's a Blackmail, so yeah, there. He shouldn't be able to res that ice.
Okay.
So we know that's an Enigma. That's actually a pretty big goof. He now has given off a lot of information.
Yeah.
Caprice is on the table.
Pull-up, I'm sure, is going to get used.
Yeah, there's the pull-up. You could play the game if you really want to be risky, and there's the Nisei token.
Okay.
So that stops you in a track, but it looks like he has that same old thing, which he can same old thing blackmail.
Yeah, so that's actually a few problems that he's now solved.
Yeah. That medium is cleared. That's the global food.
Okay, so he's knocked out 2 Caprices right now. He's knocked out one Nisei token.
Things aren't that bad.
Things aren't that bad.
He has lost his time rig, but there you go. He has no credits, so voter intimidation is a free win. And there is the wild side gone.
Yeah.
Just when we thought things were okay.
Yeah. Just when you can do it. No. Someone's cut off your best friend's head.
There's 2 wild sides in the heap at this point, and another ice on that server. I think there's still 2 agendas or 1. Yeah, 2 agendas in HQ.
Wow.
This is good. Like, agenda flood's usually bad, but this is the deck that wants the agendas in HQ.
Yeah. I'm seeing no credits, no programs on the board, no wild side. This is amazing.
That Enigma got slightly worse with just the chronotype, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Chronotype, the natural enemy of Enigmas.
Yeah. Not that much of not that good of a deal. 3 credits on the top. It's just, I think all Alex is take some credits. Install advance.
Okay.
No upgrade. Oh no, that's a double advance, eh? That's a blue chip, right? I think that's how those work.
Yeah.
So that could be a food, which would put to 5 points. I know he's running a sales team.
Yep.
So
And
that's
we've
the money
also seen the
coming in.
Philotic in hand, which is easy to score.
Yeah, I don't know whether this Philotic can ever be a lethal Philotic. I'm not sure whether we've seen a lot of. There was a couple Pālanās in maybe one Pālanā in the top 8 here at this regional that had it was considered a spiky Pālanā, just running snares or shocks and feedles,
I like it.
which is cool. It taxes the runner in
forces them
a
to draw.
slightly different way. Yeah, and it's super good against Faust. Street Peddler's all on table. Hopefully something good is underneath that, not something like a Rebirth or a Blackmail. I don't know whether you can contest this server. Like, you know for sure that there's an Enigma there. But it looks like we're going to check anyways.
But, okay, I mean, you just have the money to bring something out. Okay.
That's a little engine.
Okay.
So you could clone chip a David, but then you're not going to be able to deal with the Ichi or the Enigma. Right. So I think that Street Peddler's going to have to do it. Break for 2 credits means gaining 5 credits. Ichi's going to trash the engine, and then we have the Enigma there.
Looks like there must be something on Street Peddler.
What? No, there's not. Oh, no. Oh,
okay, so maybe we got the information, but he didn't. Or he's...
yeah, maybe he didn't see that. But I don't know why you'd rush that anyways. Oh, so confident there's something on the Peddler. Okay. That is 3 points. We are now up to 5. Okay, I think the turntable needs to come out really soon. The Corp has dropped down to 3 credits. Even just breaking the David... Sorry, breaking the little engine with the David is credit positive.
Yeah.
It's technically clicking for 3 credits, I think.
But we, like you said, with decks like this, they don't need the credits. They need the David.
Well,
tokens.
I think he needs a now, considering that there's only a pup on R&D.
Sure.
And medium's loading up. Access on to R&D, that's a Jackson, which is going to get trashed. Pup is only 1 credit with a bad pup, or you can take damage. I don't know if you would.
That's a bad pup.
Hey, sales team. Okay.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is what I like about Netrunner, that there's usually always a chance.
Always a chance. Oh, we're going to see 2 more cards. So that's a static into an assassin, into a baddie. Okay, they're a baddie in the deck.
Okay, trash the baddie.
That's really good. That gets trashed for 1 credit. And you know what? We're 4 to 5 again.
Okay. This is a game of Netrunner.
This is definitely a game of Netrunner. The one thing we do know is that he does have a Philotic in hand. And that's the beauty of being able to never advance in Jinteki, is it's not usually expected. If something's installed in a remote, you think, oh, that's just a Caprice, or that's an upgrade, or what have you. We're going to install over the card on R&D, saving a credit, which puts it exactly on 3 credits, which is, if that's a Philotic, that's scoreable.
Yeah, but Alex would know that's Philotic money.
No, of course not. I think that's, like, what I would assume is that's wall of static money for the wall of static that's now on R&D.
Ooh, yeah, that's fair.
If you do get through R&D, though, that's 4 cards. I think it's only 2 new cards, though, right?
Yeah.
Or no, 3 new cards, because Baddie got trashed.
Yeah, Baddie got trashed.
Faust on the table.
Oh, boy. Okay.
That's a breaker, so if that wall is static, it's only going to be 2 cards. Not getting rezzed.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is going to be some cards here.
Medium. Core set represent.
Medium's getting pretty good. That's a restructure.
That's a restructure.
Into restructure to Jackson. No luck there. And, if that's a Philotic in there, that might just surprisingly close the series. There's no way for him to get in, right? I don't think it's possible.
I don't think it's possible. He doesn't have the cards.
No, that little engine, Ichi, is doing so much work. Are we going to get more accesses?
Yeah, see one more card.
To an Ichi, okay.
Might
He
as
saw
well.
5 cards, no agendas in that. Advance.
There we go.
Is a flying entanglement.
Good game.
And look at that, Dien. That rush was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so Dien takes the Ottawa Regionals.
Dien does.
Good for him.
Really well played.
Coming up from the Redeemers bracket.
Yeah, Redemption. He's playing Rebirth. They both had such amazing openings. Like, Faust, David, Wildside, Pancakes was down by turn 3.
Yeah.
And that still wasn't enough just to deal with his ice. He had the way to deal with the Caprice.
Yep, yeah, I did.
He had a Plastic, he had he had a Blackmail, he had the same old thing, and still the rush.
The Pālanā was there. Yeah. Everything was in place.
Absolutely fantastic.
But that Ichi was... That Ichi... Yes. I can't say the Ichi won the game. Because Alex had other chances.
Yeah.
But that Ichi was amazing.
That Ichi hit so hard.
That was great.
Really well played to both of these players. They did really well. Obviously, they came into the top 8.
Yeah.
Yo, actually, weird thing. Man, Alex was like really far behind in the top cut, and the only way to make up the top cut, I believe, is his last 2 or 3 rounds he had to sweep all of them, and he did.
Good for him.
And he ended up being Swiss third or something like that. So really well played to both of these players. Always so much fun to watch them play. Really elegant. Also, by the way, ending at 0 credits, both sides. Like they always do this.
They always do this.
Absolutely fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys are going to be around for the Canadian Nationals, Pat and I, we're both going to be coming down.
Yeah, we'll be in Toronto. I'm looking forward to meeting people.
Yeah, me too. We're going to be filming, so those are going to be online. There's other people streaming, so just check that stuff out. It's going to be good Netrunner. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye, everybody.
Ciao.
Ooh.
Rush down.
Rushed.